The One Punch Man drama just got worse. So this X account called Weeb Senpai posted a compilation of some of the action scenes from the second trailer, saying the words episode 7 is gonna be peak. I am an anime only and I do not know the future of One Punch Man season 3, but seeing how One Punch Man season 3 episode 6 ended with Tatsumaki confronting that mysterious monster, it does look like the next episode will be all action. And judging by this post, it does look like some of these fight sequences will be in that episode. And as you can see in the comment section, nobody is optimistic for One Punch Man season 3 episode 7. They are gonna butcher these scenes just like they did with the trailer. The funniest poo on earth will be if this poo gets off and is actually amazing. He said in the midst of a fever dream outburst. Trailer doesn't mean they are going to reuse the same scenes. They are gonna reanimate it with worse quality and a disco filter. It's the trailer, obviously they are going to change it like all the scenes. Where is my blue disco filter at? It isn't looking spicy without filter. You know damn well none of these frames are moving, lol. We ain't seen any of that in the actual episode now that we know they messed up PV items used in the actual episode. All this with somehow less quality and blue filters. Where are the disco lights? You know this is going to be poo. 100% action fight scene episode with the 100% avoid animation studio. This gonna be peak paradox. Yeah, nobody is hyped for this at all. What do I think of these scenes? When this PV trailer first came out a couple of months ago, I thought these scenes looked okay, but now that I have seen what One Punch Man season 3 looks 5 episodes in, yeah, I'm not going to be very optimistic about this. I can already imagine seeing certain shots being absolutely butchered, animation cuts being altered to look even worse, and for the pacing and editing to be absolutely atrocious. The fact that nobody is excited for next week's episode is honestly quite sad, because One Punch Man used to be a series where people were tuning in every week being excited for the next episode, but now we are here in this point in time where fans predict One Punch Man season 3 episode 7 will look bad. When One Punch Man season 3 episode 6 was premiered, the episode debuted at a 4 out of 10 on IMDb, and currently it sits at a 3 out of 10. My gosh, the rating fell so low in just 2 days. I do not think I have ever seen an anime episode fall so low on IMDb, but it gets even worse. We all know that the season 1 One Punch Man audience score is at 95%, and for season 2 it is at 85%. Now just try to predict what the rating for season 3 will be. The underwhelming, disappointing Promised Neverland season 2 has a 37% on Rotten Tomatoes. Uzumaki has a 64%, which is still extremely high in my opinion. Berserk season 1 and season 2 both have a 72 and a 61%. So when you look at these ratings for these animes that were quite controversial, many fans not liking the anime adaptations, you would think that One Punch Man season 3 might sit in between 20 to about 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. No. One Punch Man season 3 currently sits at 7% on Rotten Tomatoes. Absolutely diabolical. This is abhorrent. I cannot believe One Punch Man is so low on Rotten Tomatoes. The ratings are bombarded with people who were absolutely disappointed with the recent episode of One Punch Man, as well as episodes of the past. Yeah, this is not good at all. Just imagine this, you are a new One Punch Man fan getting into the series and you see this very low score for an upcoming season. Nobody is going to want to watch One Punch Man even season 1. New fans will look at this and be like, why should I get so invested into an anime when the future seasons are going to be absolute trash? Now, you shouldn't judge an anime based on its scoring, but the 7% is so absolutely abhorrently low that I would not be surprised if new One Punch Man fans ended up dropping the series. Currently, there is an ongoing boycott towards Bandai Namco, with people pretty much spamming any and every One Punch Man post saying how much of a bad job Bandai Namco are doing. But it does appear that some Japanese fans don't think this boycott is going to work. Like this comment, do overseas anime fans really get the situation with Japanese animators? It's not about Bandai Namco or whatever, it's a structural problem in the anime industry where they are exploited for their passion with low pay and tight deadlines, so there's no way they can produce good work under those conditions. You might be numb to it because recent anime animation quality has been so insanely good, but that's just because that side is exceptionally amazing. Don't get too full of yourself, just one foreign fan. If you want that, then go ahead and provide massive financial support. If that's impossible, then just stick to reading the manga. All of these comments came from this viral post by One Punch Daily, who said to Japanese fans, if you are disappointed with the quality of One Punch Man Season 3, please join us in the boycotting Bandai Namco. If we want change in the future, we must make our voices heard. And what do I think about all of this? While I don't like what Bandai Namco have done to the scheduling of One Punch Man Season 3, resulting in the art and animation looking absolutely poor, I actually see where some of these Japanese fans are coming from. Shinpai Nagai, the director of Season 3, did not even know about the ongoing backlash that was happening, noting that he was absolutely unfamiliar and absolutely oblivious to a particular YouTuber. I think we all know who that person is, but it pretty much shows us that no matter how we in the West feel about One Punch Man Season 3, at the end of the day, the production committee will always hear the feedback of the Japanese audiences first, because the anime is pretty much made to be watched in Japan on TV, so their reactions will be the immediate ones. Some Japanese fans actually think the boycott will end up hurting the overall production because the production company will run out of money, which could end up making the animation look far worse. I do somewhat agree with what some of them are saying, how if you buy the Blu-rays and actually support the industry, then they have more money to pay the animation studios to continue making better animation, because through the Blu-rays and the merchandise, that's how these production committees are able to finance these animes. Yes, streaming helps, but it only helps to a certain degree. But at the same time, how much of that money that the studios end up making through Blu-ray sales end up going to the artists and animators? I feel that a lot of that money may end up going to the higher ups at these production committees, the people who have never even picked up a pen or paper and drawn a single character. The truth is, we actually do not know 100% how much of that money goes to the animation studios. All we know is that the more money they make through the Blu-rays and the merchandise, then the more money the production committee earns, which could end up helping the artists and animators actually be funded better. But I could be wrong there. I think I'll leave that to you guys to discuss. Overall, I just think that the overall reception and reaction to the whole One Punch Man boycott is so interesting when you read the Japanese comments versus the Western comments. Fans in the West want to boycott Bandai Namco, while Japanese fans think the boycott is absolutely idiotic. But regardless, I will wait and see what the future episodes will look like for One Punch Man Season 3, but I'll go in with very, very, very low expectations. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you guys think of all of these crazy drama updates? Tell me, like this video, subscribe for more One Punch Man videos, as well as other anime news updates, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings, and more. Thank you for watching. The Second Boy Dude signing out.